Hello, today we're here to talk about the idea of perception and cognition, which I find to be a very important topic when it comes to visual storytelling. So, what is perception and cognition? So, to keep it short, perception is the act of taking in and interpreting sensory information from the surrounding environment that allows us to have experience of sight, sound, and so forth. Cognition refers to the mental process involved with thinking, understanding, remembering, and deciding. So, to put it another way, perception is just to provide the basic sensory information we take in, and cognition uses that information as well as the knowledge and memory to help us interpret and experience and solve problems and so forth. So, according to Henry N. Wieman, he suggests that perception is never true or false. Only the proposition and interpretations we apply to what we presume to perceive a perceptual event can be correct or false. A perceptual event is a flash of complexity in the psychophysical dynamism that involves the body and environment, and also some non-corporeal aspect that could be linguistic or social. The dynamism of perceptual event emerges only after it becomes a perceived object that links back to past experience and inferred alternatives or possibilities. Women argues that subtly our humans or animal abilities of perception are enriched in the first instance by exchange with the perspective of others, adding to the immediate process we experience with non-linguistic perception. And Wyman believes that this exchange is not only life affirming and growth promoting, but is the actual source of value and expands our ability to enjoy and understand experience. Women's final conclusion is that a worthy form of religion would dedicate itself to the free and full exchange of perspectives and the world, while each of the other activities above might provide the tools for such enrichment. And moving on, so another author named Robert Schwartz makes it clear that the distinction between two major approaches to picture perception is that the circuit model of perception, which regards pictures as a visual circuit that depict the visual quality of what they represent, and the symbolic model of perception, which relates to Nelson Goodman and regards pictures and representational symbols that have their own rules for syntax and meaning. In the article, Schwartz claims that there are serious difficulties with the circuit model and that the visual cognitive distinction that the circuit model relies on is vague. In addition, Schwartz notes that there are a variety of pictorial styles such as the Egyptian art, Cubism, cartoons, so forth, that are pictorial styles don't visually depict what they represent, but will still very easily and meaningfully process them as pictures. Schwartz makes the further observation that even perspective images, which circuit theorists would champion as ideal examples, don't visually resemble what they depict in a coherent way, thereby making the connection between the picture and the experience ambiguous to the viewer. Even these images remain intelligible, notwithstanding whether they are viewed from the right optical position. And finally, Schwartz observed that the pictorial perception often diverge from ordinary seeing in the sense that pictures sometimes support synchronic or Euclidean reasoning that would not otherwise be possible, as in the case of the Mona Lisa, appearing gaze as the observer. A perceptual event occurs through an interactive engagement of body, environment, and social or linguistic influence, gaining meaning when connected to the past and through more possible futures. This process is enhanced through sharing different perspectives with others, enriching understanding and facilitating personal development and value. The notion that pictures only look like what they represent, in other words, by the standards of likeness or visibility and perception. And that's about it. I hope this subject fascinates you, and thank you for listening.